Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 1, finally. Yes, I said finally, because it's been about 3 years or so since we actually got to see this. Whole coronavirus stuff does not help with anything, delays everything, so here we are. It's about 3 years and maybe 6 months or so later. I think it was April of 2019 it first started, and now we are in December of 2021. Yes, technically, I guess you could count the first 7 episodes as part of season 2, but I really don't, because that was just the movie redone into the first 7 episodes. The biggest thing that'll probably annoy me about this season is apparently we're only getting 18 episodes total. So that means the entire season 2, including the first 7 episodes, the Mugen Train mark. Yeah, that's rough. That's definitely going to be rough. That means you're only actually getting 11 episodes of content as opposed to like 26 of the first season. But there's a long way to go on the plus side, and hopefully it'll get renewed fairly quickly. Very, very popular, so there's no reason why it would not get renewed for a season 3 after the conclusion of season 2. And hopefully, instead of 3-year wait, it'll be like 6 month to a year wait. Because if not, that is just going to be very, very aggravating for all of us. So let's just get into the episode. So this was actually the promised 45-minute episode. We initially got promised that the first episode was going to be 45 minutes, and then, here comes Mugen Train episode season 1, episode 1 technically, because I guess technically this is season 2, episode 8, if you want to be technical about it. But I'm going to say it's season 2, episode 1, because it's different arcs. And we start off basically with Rengoku, just died, funeral, everybody's sad, all that jazz, but we get the full 45 minutes in this one, which is, as I said, going back to, we were promised it for the first episode. Everybody thought it was going to be the Mugen Train arc, but no, it's actually the actual first episode. So on the plus side, even if we do only get the 11 episodes for season 2, at least we are getting kind of like an extra bonus episode because of the length of the first episode. So a lot of just, sadness, everybody's being sad. They did the whole funeral thing. And they're just all healing together, and then boom, Tanjiro is off running about, and everybody's like, wait, where did he go? Everybody said no, his stomach wound was really, really bad, needs to stay in bed and heal, but no, he is off to go see Rengoku's brother, Senjuro, and his father as well, to try to learn about his fire breath technique, and also to, give him the final words to his father and his brother. We meet up with him. He's instantly angry. His father is just super mad, super drunk. Not a very pleasant situation. And he screams at him. He sees the earrings and immediately gets furious. Tanjiro goes to, kind of confront him, yell at him. They end up in a fight. Tanjiro headbutts him, ends up knocking both of them out. The good news is, because, yes, he was a former Hashira, at the same time, he was also hammered. So, yeah, inebriated, not going to have full dexterity or full motion control, all that jazz. So that's why it was easier for him just to headbutt him and end up knocking both of them out. What we found out is that Tanjiro's earrings are actually from the sun form, the sun breathing technique that apparently his father was able to do up into his death. And he said that was the first breathing technique, was the sun breathing technique. That's why he was mad, because he said, fire, water, earth, all are just pale imitations to it, just copies. So that's why he was mad, because him being, probably one of the strongest fire Harashi, he was unable to master it. He actually got so mad to the point that when Tanjiro awakens to Rengoku's younger brother, Senjuro, he, presents him with the book. It's like, sorry about my dad, he's a piece of crap, etc., so on and so forth. And then he opens the book, trying to find it, to ultimately find out that the pages had been torn out, probably because Rengoku's father was just angry that he could never master that technique. So that's why he quit. The Demon Slayer Corps just got mad in general, and that's why he was instantly furious when he saw Tanjiro's earrings, which Tanjiro himself didn't even know about. All he knew is that, hey, these are my dad's earrings. They're sentimental to me. I'm going to wear them, and bring them with me everywhere, along with Nezuko, of course. And that was basically all she wrote with that. TC mentions to Senjuro that, hey, your brother said, be the best you can be, do what you want to do. And it sounds like he wants to take up the sword too. Unfortunately, he didn't have the ability to do so. The sword never awakened for him. So I don't know if he'll ever actually be able to join the Demon Slayer Corps or not. He seems to be a little bit younger than Tenjiro, not like massively younger. But who knows? Maybe if he keeps training, he'll actually be able to do something and help out with the Demon Slayer Corps, and we'll probably see him in the future. His dad wanted nothing to do with either one of his sons because he was like, you're either born with greatness or you're born a failure. There's no in between. And I was like, well, that's pretty crappy of you. And he was like, both of them are failures. I hate my sons. Angry father. And just did not go well. And he actually, his son that's currently alive, Senjiro, went up to him and was like, do you want to hear his words? He was like, I don't want to hear it. He's going to tell me I'm a terrible father, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no. He basically just said, please take care of yourself. At which point he bawled out crying, actually had some human emotion for once, stopped drinking, and kind of, I think everything just hit him all at once, realizing how terrible of a human being he is. He slaps his son. In the process, he's fighting a 14-year-old kid that clearly is nowhere near as strong as him, and it just becomes a giant mess. So the end of it is basically him giving Tanjiro the scabbard, or the protector. I don't know what you call it. It's the end of the sword that goes right before the handle. And then he was like, "Yup, keep it. You may need it one day." I thought he was gonna end up having it on his sword now, but no, he does not have it. His sword does get remade. The sword maker actually tries to kill him. He was like, "I told you never to break your sword. How could you break it?" Blah blah blah. Super angry, and and he's just chasing after him. But yes, Tanjiro gets his sword back. It looks exactly the same. So I thought they were gonna have the different scabbard on there, whatever you call it, but no. And then they are off to training. As you can see, they're all getting abs. Everybody's getting abs. Zetsu, probably butchering his name. I can always, Inosuke already had the abs. Tanjiro now has abs. Yeah. Zenitsu, if I'm saying his name correctly now, also has them as well, just because they've been training. Because yep, we gotta defeat these higher ranks, the higher six, gotta defeat Mujin. And there's no easy way to get to it. There's no workaround, because even Tanjiro said, he was like, I was just trying to get as powerful as I can, quickly as I can, but apparently no, you can't do that. It unfortunately takes time, so it will take a while before he is able to do so, get full strength, and start taking down some higher ups. So that's like a whole kind of little bit of an arc there too, just training, getting stronger. We get to see him actually kill a demon in here fairly easily. He's definitely grown a long way since we first encountered him, where he thought he was going to die by Nezuko's hand. And ultimately, no. He pretty much just cuts through this demon easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nothing bad about it. Going back to the upper rank 3, Akuza, he actually meets up with Muzan. We actually get to see Muzan with this group of family. He is now disguised as a child. As we know, he can, change his form as much as he wants. He is now a child who tricked people into adopting him into a very rich family. Very well-educated man. He's been around for thousands of years, so we don't really know his actual age. He's at least 1,000 years old as far as we know. And he has tricked his family into adopting him, taking him in, and they're just taking care of him, feeding him. He's like, oh, I have a condition where I can't, go out into the sun. So his actually adoptive father is like, we've been working full time trying to figure it out. Apparently it has something to do with something called a blue lotus. And Akuma actually, he's like, can't find the flower. Sorry, nothing there. But I did kill Hirashi, though, so that's kind of neat. And he was like, oh, there was 3 other demon slayers with them, and you only killed 1. Are you freaking kidding me? And I don't know what he did. Like, all of his... I think he can control his own blood, because we know that he gives blood to demons to make them... His blood to demons to make them more stronger. So his blood is running through his veins. I think that's how he, ultimately controls them. Because you just see like all of his veins popping up out of his body. He's coughing up blood, making you realize how scary Mujin is, because we just got to see how scary this upper rank 3 was. That means there's 2 stronger than him, and then plus there's Mujin, which is stronger than them. So yeah, we got a long way. We got a training montage, some Rocky running up the stairs going on before we get anywhere. serious. And that's pretty much the only part we see with Mugen. The last thing is we bump into another Hirashi who is very tall. Apparently he was like a shinobi, so thinking Naruto. Along those lines, he was a ninja, always in the shadows, could never be flashy, always had to be secretive. So now he is super flashy because he joined the Demon Slayers and doesn't have to deal with that anymore. We run into him trying to kidnap some of the other members of the Demon Slayer Corps, the healers, I guess you would best call them. I actually ended up smacking one on the butt. He was like, I need this one. We're going. I don't know why he specifically needed a girl, but he took two of them. He realized that one wasn't actually in the Demon Slayer Corps, so dropped her down. And then, Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu all show up, and they're like, we'll go with you. And then he's like, all right, let's go. Like, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about that, pun intended. He just was like, all right, let's go. And then now we are in the Entertainment District arc. And that's kind of where it ends. So, I mean, that's basically the gist of the episode. Excellent overall. I didn't really think we needed the whole Rengoku dying again, because if you saw the movie, you saw that once. If you watched the first 7 episodes, you saw it again. And now, because there was like a little bit of a preview, so you got to see it a third time. So kind of like unnecessary. We get it. It was a big, it was like the first big death in the series. Minus Tanjiro's parents, of course, but that's kind of all she wrote with that. It is what it is. Now we are down to 10 episodes theoretically, 10 episodes left at this point in time. I don't know how I'm going to title this. I might title it Season 2, Episode 8, because technically it is, or I might call it Season 2, Episode 1. I'll figure out how I want to title it. We'll give this one solid 7 out of 10. Decent episode overall, decent introduction. There's really not a whole lot going on. This is pretty much just, people are sad. Tanjiro is trying to get information. It's the setup for the entire season. Realizing how powerful Mugen is, figuring out where he is. I don't know if he's going to pop up at some point during this arc or not. We'll just have to kind of sit back, wait, and see. To my knowledge, he was in the Entertainment District at one point, so he may still be there. But currently, his whereabouts are unknown. But if Tanjiro, if he's close by, then he can sniff him out fairly easily. And now they are all the underlings of another Hirashia, so should be good to go. Should get some crazy super training in there and be even more powerful for the foreseeable future. I was told, based on the manga, that this arc isn't very long, so that's probably why we don't have a very large season, which I hope they do like a 6-month break, because if they do another year after doing a 3-year break, that's kind of ridiculous. I think they just need to, buckle down, go full force, and get out season 3 ASAP, because if we're only getting 11 episodes, everybody was expecting 26. You start off with 26, everybody expects the same amount of episodes for the next season, and it usually works that way, but it's not always the case, so that is what it is, unfortunately. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, feel free to comment down below what you want to see for future anime and cartoon related content. My name is Steve Gray, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.